Hello and welcome to Prepspot. In this video we are going to know about a significant incident that has captured global attention and ignited debates about cultural preservation, legal restrictions, and the ethics of content creation on social media. On 31st March 2025, Indian police arrested 24-year-old Mykhailo Viktorovych Polyakov, an American YouTuber from Scottsdale, Arizona, following his unauthorized and dangerous visit to North Sentinel Island in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands of India. Polyakov, known for his danger tourist persona and previous ventures into perilous regions such as Taliban-governed Afghanistan, embarked on this ill-fated expedition with the aim of capturing unique content for his channel. On 29 March 2025, at approximately 10 a.m. local time, he arrived at the island, leaving behind offerings that included a coconut and a can of Diet Coke in a misguided attempt to make contact with the Sentinelese, an isolated tribe whose estimated population is around 150 individuals. This tribe, whose way of life has remained virtually untouched by modern civilization, is legally protected by Indian laws such as the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Protection of Aboriginal Tribes, Regulation of 1956 and the Indian Forest Act of 1927, which strictly prohibit any form of contact with the indigenous community within a 3-mile radius of the island. The rationale behind these laws is grounded in both the preservation of the tribe's unique cultural heritage and the prevention of potentially devastating health crises, as contact with outsiders could expose them to diseases for which they have no immunity, a concern that has historical precedent in the catastrophic decline of other indigenous populations. Polyakov's journey was marked by technical precision as he launched his inflatable boat from Kurumdera beach at around 1 a.m. on the same day, navigating by GPS and recording his entire journey with a GoPro, a decision that has now become one of the central pieces of evidence in the case. The police, upon reviewing the footage, determined that his actions were not only illegal but also posed a significant risk to the well-being of the Sentinelese. The arrest, which took place on 31st March and was followed by an immediate court appearance, has now set the stage for potential legal consequences, with Polyakov facing a sentence that could extend up to 8 years in prison under Indian law. As we examine this case, it is essential to recognize that the incident is emblematic of a broader global debate over the responsibilities of social media influencers, the ethical boundaries of adventure tourism, and the urgent need to safeguard indigenous communities from exploitation and inadvertent harm. In recent years, there has been growing concern about the influence of social media on promoting reckless behavior, with influencers often engaging in high-risk activities for the sake of captivating content without fully considering the long-term implications of their actions. Polyakov's ill-judged decision to visit North Sentinel Island, a place where contact with outsiders is both legally forbidden and culturally disruptive, underscores the inherent dangers of such endeavors. The Sentinelese, who have long maintained a deliberate isolation from the rest of the world, have repeatedly demonstrated their resistance to external interference, a stance that is as much about protecting their way of life as it is about ensuring their survival in an environment where they have evolved in isolation. Historical incidents, such as the tragic death of American missionary John Allen Chau in 2018 during a similar unauthorized attempt to contact the tribe, have highlighted the lethal risks associated with such interactions. This case not only raises questions about the ethical responsibilities of content creators but also forces us to confront the challenges that arise when the allure of viral content overshadows the well-being of vulnerable communities. It is crucial to understand that the legal framework designed to protect indigenous tribes, including the stringent regulations of the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, was established after years of observing the devastating effects that unregulated contact can have on isolated populations. These laws are in place not merely as bureaucratic measures but as a reflection of a global consensus on the importance of respecting cultural diversity and human rights. By venturing into restricted territories, Polyakov not only violated these laws but also undermined the collective efforts of governments, environmentalists, and human rights organizations who have long advocated for the protection of indigenous peoples. The incident has sparked widespread discussion among experts in international relations, environmental policy, and law, who are now calling for even stricter enforcement of existing regulations and the development of new guidelines to address the growing trend of danger tourism. In classrooms and competitive exam preparations alike, this case is now being used as a pivotal example to illustrate the complex interplay between global media influence, legal oversight, and cultural preservation. Moreover, the incident has drawn attention from advocacy groups such as Survival International, which has long been vocal about the rights of uncontacted tribes and the need for a more responsible approach to tourism and media production. These organizations argue that the actions of influencers like Polyakov contribute to a dangerous trend that not only puts their own lives at risk but also jeopardize the health and cultural integrity of isolated communities. In the broader context of current affairs, this case serves as a stark reminder of the responsibilities that come with the freedom of expression in the digital age. While the allure of capturing unique, adrenaline-inducing experiences is undeniable, it is imperative that creators recognize the potential harm their actions can inflict on communities that have chosen isolation as a means of self-protection. From a legal perspective, the stringent measures imposed by the Indian government are a response to a history of negative outcomes that have occurred when isolated populations are exposed to external influences. Ethically, there is a growing consensus that the exploitation of vulnerable communities for entertainment or personal gain is not only morally questionable but also fundamentally unsustainable in a world that increasingly values diversity and cultural integrity. Medically, the risks associated with introducing foreign pathogens into an isolated ecosystem are well documented, and the lessons of the past continue to inform current policies aimed at preventing such disasters. As we consider the potential implications of this case, it is also important to recognize the role of technology in both enabling and exacerbating these issues. The ubiquitous presence of devices like GoPros and the real-time broadcasting capabilities of platforms such as YouTube have transformed the landscape of tourism and content creation, often blurring the lines between exploration and exploitation. While technological advancements have undoubtedly enriched our ability to connect with and learn about different cultures, they have also given rise to a new form of risk tourism, where the pursuit of digital fame can lead individuals to make decisions that are both legally precarious and ethically dubious. This incident involving Mykhailo Viktorovych Polyakov encapsulates many of the challenges we face today as a global society: the tension between individual freedom and collective responsibility, the impact of social media on real-world behavior, and the delicate balance between preserving ancient cultures and embracing modern connectivity. For those preparing for competitive exams or studying current affairs, this case provides a compelling example of how local incidents can have far-reaching implications in the realms of international relations, environmental ethics, and legal governance. The discussion around this event is not solely about the actions of one individual but rather about the broader societal trends that encourage and, at times, glamorize risky behavior for the sake of engagement and viewership. It prompts us to ask difficult questions. How do we balance the right to explore with the duty to protect? What role do governments and regulatory bodies play in mitigating these risks, and how should they respond when technological advances outpace existing legal frameworks? As educators, policymakers, and concerned global citizens, we must take heed of these developments and work collectively to ensure that progress does not come at the expense of our shared cultural heritage. This means re-examining our attitudes toward tourism in sensitive areas, re-evaluating the responsibilities of social media influencers, and, most importantly, reaffirming our commitment to protecting communities that have long existed on the margins of modern civilization. In closing, it is essential to reiterate that the arrest of Mykhailo Viktorovych Polyakov serves as a critical lesson in the importance of respecting both legal boundaries and ethical considerations in our increasingly interconnected world. It challenges us to reflect on the consequences of our actions, particularly when those actions have the potential to disrupt delicate ecosystems and cultural practices that have evolved over centuries. As this case continues to unfold, it will undoubtedly provide fertile ground for discussion and analysis in academic, legal, and public policy circles. For those of you who are following current affairs closely, this incident offers a profound reminder of the need for vigilance in how we engage with the world, balancing our desire for discovery with the imperative of conservation. It is my hope that through thoughtful discussion and informed debate, we can move toward a future where adventure and innovation coexist harmoniously with respect for cultural diversity and legal norms. Answer this question in comments. The correct answer will be given hot and pinned. Lastly, we just want to let you know that we are a newly emerging online platform for competitive exams. Creating educational explainer videos like these requires a lot of effort, money, and time. If you like these videos and want us to excel and create videos in all categories of competitive exams, then you can consider supporting us with a one-time donation through the Ko-fi platform and also by becoming a member through Patreon. This will help us create more such informative educational videos in the competitive exams space. So, one last time, subscribe and share this channel with all your friends who are preparing for competitive exams. And also, follow us on social media platforms. The links are given in the About section of the channel and also in the video description. So, see you in the next video.